Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope I didn't blow out my mic, but that's okay. I hope your week was okay as well, or even great. I hope you have been doing good. So yeah, I have been okay as well. Thanks for asking, if you did. So yeah, today, why are we here? Today, I want to talk about skyscrapers because I want to. What do I want to talk about skyscrapers, you might ask? Well, you see, when I was younger, I found skyscrapers quite amazing because if you think about it as something, we progress so much that we started to build up things so high and so big as a species. We had this history to be able to come up with the techniques and the technology to build these things, build these buildings mainly that we live in, or even sometimes we just work in those buildings. And I found that thought quite incredible because the place that we started as a species were quite slow, and even sometimes we were in caves. And if you're talking in the evolutionary history, you would say that we were just some bacteria floating in the sea, maybe, or in the air, or we were in the soil. Anyways, and we came here in the evolutionary ladder that now we can build these buildings, and I find that quite incredible. And if you think about this a little more, you will also see that not only technique is needed to build these things, but you would need a stable surrounding, a stable environment for this building to go up, to be built on. So then the whole thing becomes even more amazing, because then the city or the environment, it doesn't always have to be in a city, but they are mainly in cities. I don't know any skyscrapers that are in the middle of nowhere, because they need protection as well. They need a system to be built on and to be protected, and it is quite amazing. So then the city also has to be quite developed to inhabit these incredible things. Right? This was my thought when I was younger, especially when I was in high school. I used to like the glass image of a skyscraper quite amazing, basically. But then, as time has passed, and as I grew up, obviously, I started to realize how these things also showcase of the corruption of the human species. Because yes, we need a lot of technology and good technique, you can say that, I suppose, and a lot of money and effort and some prosperity and some progression to build these things and make these things. You also see that we don't use the same effort or the same time, energy, money on other, sometimes more important things. And sometimes these things are built upon these other problems that we chose to not to see, apparently. And this is the point where it becomes a little problematic, these buildings. Many of my other friends used to see them, or even some of them still see them as quite problematic and quite big. And their point of argument was that these things were not humane, as it seems. Some of the other things, other buildings or other architectures or other types of architecture seemed more sincere to them, but these things didn't appeal to them, apparently, and they also see the bad side of these things, but I didn't see that when I was younger. But as I grew up, yes, well, the style is another question. I feel like the style you can give or take. It's your preference. No one can say anything about that. But the avoidance that they are showcasing is quite problematic, and it could also be argued that these things are the new palaces of billionaires that showcase their wealth, how palaces showcased kings or dynasties' wealth in the past. But it also is showcasing how that billionaire is blind to the societal problems, because they could also help with the other problems in the society, but they chose to do that. And I'm saying this because many of the countries that possess some type of skyscraper, and we can say that many of the countries right now have some form of a skyscraper, has many problems, as many other countries also do have. So then comes the question, why do we have these things then? Why are we not using that wealth to deal with the other problems that are more pressing? And we would have to talk with the billionaires that built those skyscrapers, probably, to find any answer to those questions. But maybe we can also think about the right environments that we would have skyscrapers, and they would be quite incredible. Also, there is the environmental issue that I will get into. But at the end, in this formulation that I just laid, it seems like for skyscrapers to be amazing, the place that they are placed on should be as problem free as it can be, or at least it should be financially prosperous in a way, so that skyscraper wouldn't be a sore thumb, basically. As I'm talking, I'm also thinking about these things, and what came up in my mind is that having no problems is quite utopic and will not ever happen, probably, or it will not happen in the near future. So then I have another question. If we will not have a problem-free financial system, is it really bad to use the techniques and the technology that allows us to build skyscrapers? We have the technology, and we will have the problems always. Is it really that bad to use that technology? Well, if we don't have the money, is it wise to use that technology? I don't know. I'm arguing with myself on camera, which is great. Which is a new height in my YouTube channel. Anyways. So if you don't have the money, is it bad to build this skyscraper? Well, the answer is quite simple, and it is yes. It is bad to use the money you don't have to build a skyscraper. Duh. But maybe we can come up with some conditions, in a way, so that we can have ethical skyscrapers. Maybe this could be a solution. Maybe we can have a list of conditions for skyscraper to be feasible, then that skyscraper would be amazing. Maybe we can think about this. Maybe if the person it is ridiculous that one person can build a skyscraper on this planet right now, on this world right now. It is quite ridiculous, as most of the population on Earth is going through hunger, or at least half of it. Anyways, if the person that is planning to build a skyscraper maybe helped with the other half through hunger, maybe it would be ethical. Maybe this is an idea. Or if the person that is building the skyscraper is also helping the builders to be well off, because we also have problems with building or even the cleaning of the keeping up of these buildings. We also have problems with the staff of these buildings, and if the person is promising to look after them as good as it can be, as good as they can, maybe it would be ethical. And if the person is helping the developers to come up with environmentally sustainable buildings, then it would also be quite wise and quite amazing to build up these buildings, because these are bonuses that these buildings would have at the end, and it would make the building even more amazing, right? So it seems like these are my conditions. Maybe we can come up with more conditions. Or what else we can do with the skyscrapers we have? Maybe we can stop the billionaires from building new skyscrapers, but we have a lot of them right now. So we're going to do with them, and they're quite hard to keep up. I talked about this in one of my past videos, that it is quite expensive and hard work to keep up these big buildings. Even some of the big shopping centers are quite ridiculous to keep up, and we have them. Should we abandon them and let the nature make them a part of nature? And basically, I can't speak apparently. These are interesting thoughts. Maybe we can. Well, still the upkeeping is quite a big problem. I was going to say we can use them to help other people use them in some useful way, but then upkeeping is, it is quite a big problem. What else we can let the nature have them, and we can maybe taper them down to a height where the nature is not affected, because some of them, because they're glass, some of them affect the sun rays, and the reflection is causing some problems around in the surrounding area. So yeah, the things that once I thought were quite amazing are now just a toy in my mind. I'm just tapering them down now, apparently. So yeah, sometimes as a species we do amazing things, but those things don't seem as amazing as they can be with everything going on around them. If you include that whole scene, they become less impressive at the end. So yeah, we're quite an interesting species that we're walking on this planet. I'm spiraling this evening. What a delight. It's such an amazing evening. I haven't spiraled this much in such a long time. It is quite fun. I like to think a lot. Yeah. I'm quite satisfied with this video, actually. It doesn't reach any endpoint. Well, sometimes this is the point of my videos. I'm not planning to reach any endpoints. So yeah, this is it for this video. If you did watch this, especially till the end, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, especially. And if you did, please leave a like down below. If you did not, that's okay. You can check my channel again in the future for some other videos that you might find more interesting than this one, basically. So yeah, you can also subscribe to see my future videos if you are planning to keep up with my videos, if you like them, or if you want to see if I will ever upload something that will be your kind of video. And also you can leave any of your thoughts down in the comments, because as you can see, I love new thoughts and new perspectives. So I would love to hear your ideas and opinions and perspectives down in the comment sections. comment section. There's just one comment section down below on this website, and please be respectful down there. Let's just have a chat. Let's have a chat. Please, let's just have a chat. This is it for this video. I will see you next time. Bye. Take care.